group of African leaders on a mission to mediate a peaceful solution for Ukraine has wrapped up the first part of its trip to Europe. President Cyril Ramaphosa urged Russia and Ukraine to de-escalate and take on a commitment to end the conflict by peaceful means. After the meeting, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky rejected any proposals entailing a frozen conflict and claimed that peace talks with Russia would be possible only after Moscow withdraws its forces from occupied territories. Our Russian correspondent has more.
The African leaders will hold talks with the Russian president in St. Petersburg, Vladimir Putin's hometown, to discuss the possibilities of a peaceful settlement of the conflict in Ukraine. Among the peaceful proposals brought by the African delegation to Russia could be, according to media reports, the withdrawal of Russian tactical nuclear weapons from Belarus, Russian troops pullback, some sort of a relief of the anti-Russian sanctions pressure, as well as Putin's participation in the BRICS summit in South Africa later this summer. According to media reports, the sides could be discussing how possibly the implementation of the ICC warrant targeting Putin could be suspended to allow for his visit to Africa to take place. It is unclear whether Moscow will agree to consider any of these steps. The Kremlin has pledged it will continue what it calls its special military operation in Ukraine until it reaches its goals, including by military means. So troops withdrawal does not look like a feasible option for Russia at this point. Moscow said it has seen the reports about the African initiative, but is yet to receive the official document outlining the peace proposals. Vladimir Putin's press secretary on Friday also reassured the Russian president is open to any contacts and discussions on ways to resolve the Ukrainian crisis. Another important issue on the African delegation's agenda is the grain deal. Africa has been hit by rising food prices following the disruptions of grain supplies from Ukraine and Russia, as well as uncertainty over Russian fertilizers exports, threatening food security worldwide. Speaking at an economic forum in St. Petersburg, the Russian president offered reassurances that Russia won't let its friends in Africa down.
Russia will be proactive in ensuring global food security and helping countries, including in Africa, suffering from food shortages.
Russian presidential aide Yuri Ushakov added that while Moscow is unlikely to withdraw from the grain deal before it expires on July 17, it is still in doubt about further extension, claiming that the agreement does not work in full. Russia has been building up its relations with a number of African countries lately. We've seen multiple senior officials' visits to the continent over the past year, all to boost bilateral ties. And it remains to be seen whether the African delegation visit will help strengthen the chances for peace in Ukraine. Daria Bondarchuk, Moscow.